with the Angry Army Shaker Cup right here.
And if that link I sent you is good.
The link. Ah! 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 Hey. Hey, we have a new cast member. Mittens is going to join us, I guess, for our Loki episode 2 review. Welcome, guys. Great series so far with another fantastic episode as things start to get set into motion. Now that Loki is working for the TVA officially, and we've got sort of a buddy cop kind of thing with him and Owen Wilson, which is what I love the most. This high concept, weird team up between these two with a fascinating universe and a visual aesthetic and huge potential on the Marvel Universe with these multiple timelines. Really great, compelling television that's going on right here. What do you think?
I love the buddy cops thing. I think that they're having fun. I think the actors are having fun. I think it shows. I really like the dialogue they have got between each other. I liked it. I still think it's really good. I had some issues with, I think, the fight choreography. I mean, we've been used to some really good stuff in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then we had this kind of really disappointing, shitty fight at the at the Renaissance Fair, and it wasn't very good.
That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's like
I was thinking about the later on fight, which the concept of the fight, I just had to stop and go, this is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. It's magic. But I really enjoy it. I think the first episode really hooked me.
Oh, yeah.
And some people had issues. A lot of people had issues with it. They were wondering where it was too exposition heavy. It really didn't go anywhere.
I love that
and
stuff.
I think that's explained. This is a high concept.
Yeah,
And you touched on that. You cannot just start and just
action explosions, let's go.
Yeah, because you kind of have to explain the world and kind of flesh everything out for people like me who aren't super familiar with like the TVA. And
I'm not familiar with TVA, but I love this science fiction concept of it.
Yeah. So I did enjoy this one. Maybe not as much as the first episode, but I still think it's a super solid TV, and I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of charm in this one. God damn, Tom Hiddleston is so good as Loki. This arrogance, this charm, this the trickster god. He's just so perfect for it. And this, to me, is an origin story, really exploring the Loki character, and it really features that quite well. So we start with a medieval fair. You like going to medieval fairs?
Renaissance fair, yeah.
Love going to Renaissance fair with these guys. We'll go eat big turkey legs and
$45 beers and $50 bottles of meat
and shit.
Yeah.
So they warp in here, and ladies all like, guys, you're not wearing your outfits.
You're not wearing the right stuff. Gatekeeping the Renaissance fair.
Yeah, but I need a hero song plays while that's that kind of disappointing fight where you have C20, which is this younger agent. She gets kind of touched in the head.
Enchanted.
Eyes go green, right? And this is this evil Loki, this Loki variant that they're chasing and has been ambushing and killing squads and taking their time.
Time nukes.
Yeah, time nukes. So I like these powers. Really, comic appropriate. Have somebody work for you.
Look at
that
the movies.
Spell in D&D where it's like, boom, you're mine now. I do this in the shadows and in the background while you do the fighting. And but they bring in the expert. Who's the expert? Loki. Who's gonna be better at figuring out Loki's machinations than Loki himself? Now he keeps saying that he is the superior Loki, when quite clearly he is the lesser variant or whatever. in terms of threat level. And I think that's kind of cleverly what Mobius' character is using in order to
Trying to manipulate him,
yeah, motivate him. Go ahead, take it from here.
Yeah, so he's trying to manipulate Loki and to kind of figure out, it's like, look, there's lots of manipulation going back and forth. First, Loki's trying to manipulate them in medieval, the Renaissance fair, and trying to like backstab them, but it was kind of hollow. Like I didn't necessarily like almost anything about that scene. And so they figure out he's trying to backstab, and they're like, look, you have one more mission before we disintegrate you.
I
You get
like
one more
that
chance.
though, because like that's Loki. I mean, that's what he does. He's stalling for time, convincing him. His words are so beautiful and they make sense. You're lying, he says. So
Yeah.
Mobius shows he has a little bit of skill too.
Yeah, I just think that Loki may have developed a little bit more of a character when he shows like what the true like these people. He's like, this is the true power of the universe. These people are so far above. This is like low level convincing people in New York shit, and it's like these are the time police. You're not going to convince them with you made up a saying in Asgard.
He was trying. He
was
gave it a shot.
trying. I know.
They're
I know.
humans after all,
Look,
or
little-
not.
little
No,
nitpick.
they're actually not. I have no idea what they are. They're created by
We don't know. What they are.
timekeepers.
Yeah.
But we do know they love jet skis. Mobius has a soft spot for jet skis.
Who doesn't love jet skis?
I mean, it's fucking perfect form and function, as he says. Honestly, I hope we see Owen Wilson on a jet ski before this is over.
Yeah, for sure. It has to.
Please.
I mean, we know it can happen. He'll trick him. He'll just be like, "Look, there's a tsunami coming. Perfect opportunity. Get on the jet ski. No one will ever know." They can't.
They kind of go back. They discuss things together. We get more exposition. We get more about this universe. These agents within this universe, all looking forward to order and what these timekeepers are doing towards the end. It's like, look, where's all this going? He asked basically, and he's like, well, we just have a big party at the end or something.
When
and
time
it's
is
all order
written
and
and
shit.
it's
and everything
done.
is done and there's no chaos. And Loki finds that shitty because it's like where's the fun in that? And you're not gonna get your jet ski and stuff. So I think at the end maybe this agent will have a little bit of appreciation for a tiny bit of chaos.
Do you think
in
there were
some
really
way.
timekeepers?
I don't know. See, this is the intriguing stuff. Yes and no.
Do you think there
I
probably
think
were
there's a
timekeepers,
lot-
but they're gone.
Yeah, these three beings that we keep seeing in statues and offices and things like that. They may not actually be three beings. It may just be one person manipulating things from behind the scenes, and this stuff gets blown up by our main Loki variant or our main villain of this particular thing. But then that's actually what was ultimately supposed to happen. I don't know. This is why this series, to me, has so much promise, has so much intrigue and mystery and interesting, especially when you have great actors like this leading it. So, anyways, we go to that lady's office, and I didn't really, Renslayer. She's is the one that approves the missions. They've been doing a lot of research in this library of
So
the
director likes to take things directly from other movies. They've talked about it, the things from Jurassic Park, the dancing DNA and all these other things. And this one is like clearly the Seven. They even have Bach playing in the background and all these other things.
yeah.
So
Seven.
it's almost distracting.
that film, yeah.
It's like
I like it though. It just invokes some of those same emotions from me.
yeah,
It's
but
cool and fascinating. And he goes, "Go ahead."
I think it's when it's done subtly. It's not
I don't
distracting.
know if everybody picked up on that though. You
Oh.
did because obviously you're a fan of that, but
Yeah. When you are fans of it, and you're like, wait a minute, come on, like do your own thing. You've got some great writing, but
yeah. So I can't forget to mention this. Now he's working obviously for the TVA, and at the beginning we have Loki trying to smash the little mascot with the newspaper, the rolled up newspaper, because she's all doing more explaining.
yeah, are you recording?
what's
Is it live?
yeah.
What is this thing?
What
It's
is
like,
this?
I'm
little-
alive.
Little thing, and it's like a a Doctor Who type of thing. As he's talking to a recording, but yet it's interacting with them. How is this working? And anyway, he tries to hit it with a newspaper, and she's like, "Stop it!" It's like he's now an employee to the TVA. So we go in, we do all this, we do all the research, and it's Loki that sort of figures out that this variant Loki has been hiding within disasters because in in a situation where everything is going to be destroyed anyway, none of it fucking matters, and he uses his analogy, steals Mobius' salad, puts it in salt and salt. He's like, no, I'm going to eat that, stop it. And he's like, you know, using the analogy to say nothing matters. Let's go to these disasters and test a theory. So they go to Pompeii right before volcanic explosion. If you don't know Pompeii, everybody kind of gets ash on them and they get frozen in time and stuff. And, you know, so it's another fun little scene. And they realize, oh, shit, this is legit. So you got to
Nothing really
find...
matters here, yeah.
It doesn't create any of the variants and all the things that they're looking for, so the TVA would never even care about it. And that's perfect for where this Loki wants to hide, someplace that the TVA doesn't care about and doesn't look. Now, Mobius adds a little in there when he realizes that they've been finding these sort of unrelated bubblegum thingamajiggies. Kablooies. And in the kablooies, it's only been manufactured at a certain date and things like this. And this is when we get to go to a time. I mean, you could choose any time, any area, any, you know, place. And we get to go to Alabama 2050. Yeah. Because this is one of the places where you might find this kablooey bubblegum.
A Walmart, but not Walmart in 2050.
Yeah. In the middle of a hurricane. So, I want to mention how great the music in this is. You know, this hurricane scene, this rain scene where they get the mission approved. Owen Wilson convinces Renslayer to let them go because he's learning more about Loki, the variant, by just being with this lesser variant, Loki. And God, the music is so good, though, especially the end credit. The theme, I just love the theme for this. Anyways, so he finds the hiding spot first, and we get to see what is the plan. So kind of surprises this Loki's been hiding out here, but quickly sets a timer, sets things into motion. Maybe this was the plan all along to have them come there. And through her interesting powers, you get to jump from person to person. So there's a person in the aisle shopping for fucking plants in the middle of the hurricane. I'm like, that's the Loki. Just hit the Loki. Just hit him with the stick. To fucking throw the stick at him and you're done. But no, he's like, there was a sale. It was really, it really is this going to convince you? And the hurricane sale, whatever. Manages to stop Agent C, I guess 15 is this bigger lady that is a badass and stuff. But she gets tricked. And then we get to see her acting chops because she turns into Loki and starts, no, man, fine. Okay, Menz is using the window here for his own television. So watching his television while we're watching this television. And basically we get the big reveal here, which is what?
It's female Loki, or is it Loki?
Lady Loki.
Is it Enchantress? Is it not a true Loki? Is what's happening?
I think with everything that's been going on in the variants, and we even see little variations of Loki at some point when they're clicking through the little clicker to see all these different ones. It's like a big muscular Loki,
demon, actual demon Loki,
tiny Loki. Great stuff. This to me, not Enchantress or anything like that. Enchantress is DC. Lady Loki. Who's been in the comics before. Lady Loki, which I think in the comics, was the original Loki sort of reborn into the Lady Loki body after the events of Ragnarok. Now, can that pertain to the cinematic Marvel universe? Well, we did just have a Ragnarok. This is just a theory. You have a Ragnarok, and then and so this could be that original Loki that was killed. It's in spirit. I don't think so. I think something else is going on here, and it could just be a several different timeline version of a Loki. But just some theories to put out there of what the original Lady Loki in the comic is. So following the comics, following some interesting things, she clearly has a plan, fires off all the bombs simultaneously, which is going to create a massive chaotic event. The TVA is going crazy. They can't handle all these.
She's transporting the bombs all over time and space.
Which seems to be creating and unraveling the sacred timeline. When you bomb the sacred timeline, I guess it creates new timelines everywhere. So I guess once again creating the chaos of a multiverse. is what I think is going on.
Yeah, that's why she captured the agent earlier to find out specifically where to bomb everything. That's why the agent is kind of catatonic, going, I told him everything. I told him where to bomb him, and so.
And this is where the second fight I like, because I was like realizing there's all this high concept sci-fi and stuff and intrigue and you're jumping between bodies and stuff. But the payoff is we get to see Loki fighting a redneck with a vacuum. Just mwah. Loki fighting a redneck in a vacuum in the middle of a hurricane. Just great television. I don't know how it gets to that point. Just think about it. It's fucking genius, you know. And Alabama in 2020, in 2050,
in a Walmart.
In a Walmart, where
Walmart, yeah,
big burly redneck throwing him around and shit. I love it, guys. This is creativity to me. This is smart writing. This is clever, creative, great acting, great premise, fascinating implications for the Marvel Universe. So if you can't tell, I am fucking loving Loki, and I'm enjoying it very much so. The music, everything about it. So let's go to final verdicts.
All right, I really liked it. I think it's in a good direction. Now we only have 6 episodes.
There's 6 episodes total. Looked it up. So episode 2, we got 4 more of these.
So it's still, we still don't know the motivation of the bad guy, and we can kind of hint at it, like the destruction of the sacred timeline seems to be, but why?
We get the final review of the Lady Loki.
And I do like it. I do think it's pretty good. I think it's kind of dropped a little bit for me. But I still think it's totally worth checking out. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Especially now that Loki has followed Lady Loki. So Lady Loki has a portal open. She's got a plan. We don't really know where she's going, but we do know that the person she captured, C-20, as she's called, is all mumbling nonsense, saying that she gave away the location of the timekeeper or whatever, and the pluralization of this is getting muddled. Is it 3 timekeepers? Is it 1 being? I don't friggin' know.
This character would never know where any of the timekeepers
That's what I was
are.
thinking. How would you know that unless you were But maybe it's all just built into her head if she's created by this being, and so he's like just imprinting, figuring out that.
Not even Mobius knows where it is.
True.
Look.
True.
The writing isn't as strong.
We'll have to see.
It's fine. I'm willing to wave my hands, but this is one of those things. Anytime you get into time travel, and
it's tough to do these.
You
things.
have to. Well, they never do it right, because even in Endgame we had issues with the whole time thing. It's this doesn't make sense. But you got to do a lot of hand waving. I imagine we're gonna have to do a lot of hand waving here, but I'm still along for the ride.
And then Loki goes after Lady Loki, so separating himself from Morbius. And he's wait, and so now we're gonna have more trickster stuff. Is he gonna take this opportunity to enact his own plan, right? Because he did reveal his own plan to the other Loki that, why don't you join me? I'm gonna overthrow the people in charge of the TVA and rule the TVA.
And
right?
rule the time or something, dictate how time works.
Something like that. And she's like, no, this isn't about you. So we'll see. Ultimately, I do think it's about him. You, me, we'll see. So anyways, great. 8 out of 10 from you. I'm going to go 9 out of 10 from me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to, now that we've got the ball rolling, now that we've got all this sort of explanation and the setup and the, exposition all ready to go, now we're going to go through time and the different branches. I think, we'll see the Vote Loki stuff. Maybe Loki's trying to set up his own army or whatever. And he's like, well, what do you expect? You've seen that in the trailer and stuff. Mobius goes and re-recruits him or whatever. Then we'll probably have an episode of Lady Loki where her origins, where she comes from, what's going on there. We've also seen that, in the trailers there was Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Black Widow.
It seems like Black Widow's having a conversation with Loki in the middle of an apocalyptic event. So we've got that. So that's 3, 4, 5, and then the climax, the conclusion, and seeing where this goes. Does it go directly into Doctor Strange? So very excited. Very much stuff to look forward to. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Joe will be back next Wednesday, to watch it with us, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.